Of course, everyone knows that the only supplement you should be taking when working out and when training is steroids. What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Cromey Zone. So today I thought we'd talk about supplements because it is something that I'm asked quite often. Nutrition can be quite complicated when you're getting introduced and getting started and everything. So it's really hard to figure out what exactly you should be taking and when you should be taking it. So today, hopefully, I'm going to clear up some of those questions for you, and I'm going to show you exactly what I take during my bulk phase, or during the start of my bulk phase, rather, for my training. Now, a small disclaimer as well before we really get into it. I am not an optimal nutritionist. I have only done sports nutrition in my college, and most of my information comes from my own personal experience with supplements, with nutrition, and from books and studies that I've read over the last few years. So if you're not sure about some of the supplements and you want to give something a try, maybe ask yourself a little bit about, are you allergic to something? Do you have any heart conditions? Things like that. Are you lactose intolerant? Some of these things might play into your decision on what supplements you take. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and remember, don't forget to hit that like. All right, so starting out with number one, easily one of my favorites is pre-workout. Now, pre-workout is one of those ones that you'll probably notice right away. You kind of see the effects coming on. Within the first 20 minutes of you taking your pre-workout, you might start feeling some tingles, you might get a stomach ache. Pre-workout is essentially legal crack. It's really good for getting things done, especially when it comes to training. So taking pre-workout before my training is kind of what helps me keep a high intensity throughout the whole program. So essentially, it doesn't get rid of the pain, but what it does is it gives you the extra energy to kind of fight through that pain, and it helps fight off fatigue quite a lot. If you're taking things that have extras like citrulline malate, beta-alanine, all these kind of things, there's a lot of stuff that are in a lot of different pre-workouts, but again, make sure you check what's on the label before you take it. There's plenty of different types of pre-workouts. You've got some that are natural, you've got some that are made from roots, you've got some that have low energy or low caffeine, you have some that don't have any of the extras in it. But for me personally, I get mine from Whey Protein. I'll leave a link down below for you guys to check it out if you like. But to wrap it up, pre-workout gets a 10 out of 10 for me. I would absolutely not survive my current program without it. So 10 out of 10. Number two on the list is creatine. Now, I do love creatine. It took me a little while to actually start using it because I didn't really understand it. And as a result, it's not something that's very necessary. If you wanted to, you could be getting enough creatine in your meals, especially if you're eating meats and stuff like that. Again, like a lot of supplements, it's kind of just an insurance. It's making sure you're getting enough of it. You're not going to notice its effects immediately like pre-workout. It's not like you take it and then 20 minutes later, you're feeling pretty jacked, you're looking swole. It's kind of more of a gradual over time. You might start getting a 1 to 5% kind of increase in your performance after taking it for a while and getting used to it. I would give it probably about an 8 out of 10. I definitely noticed it after I hit a plateau, and I do attribute it to one of those kind of small increases in performance as I went on to help me push through that plateau and break barriers in my training. I'll leave a link to the actual creatine I take, which is from Whey Protein. It's cheap and effective, and it mixes well. And I'll also leave a video that explains creatine down below as well, so that you guys can actually have a better idea of what it is. All right, number three is whey protein. Now, whey protein is easily one of the most important for me. You can get your protein from any other source. If you're lactose intolerant, don't use whey because it's derived from milk. If you're a vegetarian or vegan, not vegetarian, if you're a vegan, make sure you get a vegan whey protein, which are plentiful on My Protein, other sites as well. Holland & Barrett, there's plenty of options out there for you. Personally, I just like the regular whey protein because it tastes delicious. It's essentially a milkshake, and there's so many flavors for you to get on My Protein and for a lot of other places as well. So definitely recommend that one. It works kind of as a double because you can almost have as many protein shakes as you like. Now, I do say that with a grain of salt. Don't have 8 protein shakes a day. Don't have 5 protein shakes a day. In fact, actually check your nutrition to see how much you should be taking if you're going to exceed 2 or 3 shakes a day, because realistically, if you're eating meals throughout the day, if you're actually eating food, you probably don't need to have 4 or 5 different shakes. You're probably going to be getting enough. It's about 20 grams, 20 to 40 grams, depending how much or how many scoops you're putting into your shake, but they are delicious. I love having like a chocolate milkshake after most of my workouts. It's just really good. Blend it up with some ice. It's just, peanut butter, banana. I'm getting hungry again. It's delicious. So I definitely recommend you check that one out if you want to give it a shot. Also, it's fantastic for bulking, but if you guys are on your cut and you're trying to shred down and get those abs and you're like, I don't really like the whey protein with water because it tastes bleh. You want it to be low calorie, then I've got the solution for you. Clear whey protein is this magnificent new invention by Whey Protein. Like, I can't believe no one thought of it before. I use this all the time for my cut instead of using the actual regular sort of whey proteins. Put it with a little bit of ice, you know, shake it up, leave it for a second, let it cool down, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Highly recommend. Another few flavors for you guys on Whey Protein. Link is in the description. 10 out of 10 would definitely recommend. So next up, we've got Weight Gainer. So I'm only learning just now how to use our Weight Gainer effectively. I started using it for the first time in my last program, and it actually did help me put on an extra kg during the end of my bulk. So I really did like that because I hit a bit of a plateau. I was sitting around, I think it was 83, and I was at 83 for like a month, 2 months. I was like, oh my God, I can't push this. Started taking Weight Gainer a little bit, and I pushed up 84 before I had to start my cut, which was fantastic. So I'm gonna use it a lot more effectively this year to get up to 86 kg hopefully, and then I'm just gonna keep increasing that every year. And maybe we might even be able to break 88. So we'll see how we do. So we're going to get quite chunky. Definitely recommend. I'd say maybe 8 out of 10 if you're trying to bulk. It's quite good. There's a lot of calories, lots of protein, and lots of nutrients. So definitely recommend that. If you're on the cutting side, if you're trying to lose weight, I recommend maybe using a meal replacement instead. So they're a bit lower calorie, a little bit lower protein, and they have a little bit of lower nutrients in there, but they're really good, tasty. You can get them in Whey Protein. So I'm quickly going to run through some of the other little nutrients that I use. These ones are coming in tablet forms. I usually have them in the mornings and the evenings. The first ones coming up are zinc and magnesium. These guys are fantastic for healing. They're fantastic for recovery. And most importantly for me, I use them for my skin. Whenever I'm not taking zinc or magnesium, what I notice a lot is that my skin starts sort of getting a little bit breakouty. I get a little bit of blemish, I get a few more spots, and it's kind of just not as smooth, it's just not as nice. So taking zinc and magnesium really does help keep the skin nice and clean, and of course it has a lot of actual benefits for the body as well. So I give this one probably about an 8 or 10 for me. If you're someone who suffers from acne or has in the past, I do recommend taking zinc and magnesium. It's a really good way to sort of help that. So next up then we've got fish oils. Fish oils are great for hormone production. They're great for mental performance. It eliminates brain fog, and it helps you sleep then as a result, because you're getting more stuff done. You've gotten your thinking out of the way, and you're able to be a bit more clear-headed by the time you get to the night. These effects aren't noticeable right away. Definitely takes maybe a couple weeks if your brain is working right, your hormones are working right, and your body's working right. So I would give that about 7 out of 10 then as well. And there you are, guys. That is my sort of experience with supplements. I really hope that helps you out. Very sorry for rushing the end of the video, but I really hope you enjoyed the video. I really hope it helped you out with picking your supplements, deciding what supplements you take, and learning what supplements I take. So that's all of it for today, guys. Thank you so much again for watching. Remember to leave a like and subscribe down below if you guys want to see more videos and hear more about supplements, see more about our journey and what you can apply to your own. Thank you so much. Stay fit, stay happy, stay healthy.